What's up everybody, it's Mikey B here again with my faction breakdown series for Rome 2 Total War. This is episode 2 in the series and all the information here is based on released information by the developers, previous Total War games and history books. And the faction we're going to be covering today are the Iceni tribe of Britain, and their faction motto is Iron, Conquest, Pride. So before I break down the faction into categories like I did with Sparta, I'd like to explain that this series is a pre-release series, obviously for Rome 2, so that you can pick before the game comes out what faction you want to play as. And in the actual game itself, when it's released, the faction might play completely different to what I'm saying. Alright, so let's get started. So the first category is the early faction strength, and I believe that the Iceni are strong in this area because they are on the island of Britain, and in order to be conquered, an army would need to invade from the sea, which means that if the Iceni had an okay navy, they would be able to defend themselves against oncoming invasion. And historically speaking, the Celtic tribes of Britain were very good sailors because that is the way that they got their trade and economy going. And the next category is the expansion strength, and I believe that the Iceni are moderately strong in this area because they will have to unite Britain under one banner first of all to be able to support an economy big enough to invade mainland Europe. And being that they are on an island, it will be easier for them to attack somebody rather than being attacked themselves. But when they get the foothold in mainland Europe, that is the only time that they will become vulnerable. The next category is the late faction strength, and I believe that this will be again a moderately strong area for the Iceni, because if the game holds true to actual history, the Celtic tribes of Britain are believed to be the creators of chainmail and scale armor, which is more advanced than anything else that was in the battlefield, and it's the reason why it was predominant through the medieval ages. Also, as a side note, the Iceni tribe actually get happier the more wars and conquering that is done. So by the late faction time period, I would imagine that you would have already conquered quite a lot of the world, so your population should be happier. The core military units of the Iceni are Britain Scout Riders, which are believed to be light cavalry, slingers and spear warbands, but the famous war chariots will also be available, and this information was gathered from the campaign planner map, which tells you what units you can recruit in that area. So the next category is the economy and military research ability of the faction, and I believe that this is a moderately strong area for the Iceni because they have major resources like iron, which is in demand everywhere for weapons and armor, and the Iceni were actually some of the most advanced people of the ancient world regarding economy. They were early adopters of currency and even had their own coins minted, and some historians actually believe that this is why the Romans aimed for Britain so much, because of the vast wealth that could be gained if they took over a place like Britain. So the next category is the trading and profit making ability of the faction, and I believe that this is moderate to high for the Iceni because they were famous for trading across all of Europe, and the Celtic tribes of Britain in particular were famous for trading and trade routes reaching as far as Greece, and also the northern tribes of Britain also traded with Ireland and Scandinavian countries. So I believe it will be a medium difficulty campaign to play as the Iceni faction for Rome 2, which will be a good challenge, but it's not too difficult, and it will be an okay start for a beginner to the Rome 2 series. Because if the player is able to secure a navy to protect the shoreline of Britain, they can internally expand and take over Britain first and then worry about mainland Europe. So I hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe for more Rome 2 videos coming soon, and the full playthrough will be coming on this channel on release day. I plan on playing as the Iceni as well as Sparta, and if you missed my previous faction breakdown, you can check that out. There will be a playlist link in the description. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Remember to rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.